Somebody else.
Okay, we're banking black. You banking black?
Yes, I just for everybody, if you was watching the Breakfast Club, to close that door for me, Eugene, please, thank you. For everybody that was watching the Breakfast Club this morning, we had Miss Angela Rye on. Okay.
Hey everybody.
She was encouraging all of us to bank black. It's an initiative that's been around forever. I mean, it's nothing new. Martin Luther King Jr. been telling us to do it. Malcolm X, Elijah Muhammad,
You
pooling
said
on
been
resources.
telling us to do it like Donald Trump said Frederick Douglass was still alive the other day.
Yeah, cause I mean those guys are still alive in my heart. You know
That's
what I
a
mean?
good save.
Yeah, like
good save.
they laid the blueprint already, and
Yeah.
then like Killer Mike last year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he got a bunch of people signed up.
And he called into the show.
He called into the show this morning. So Angela opened up her account when?
I opened up my One United account on sometime last week.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a proud black. I'm proud to be hashtag making black. But yeah, I opened my account last week.
And I just completed the process.
Check out
You
that
can show 'em,
screen,
Max. Look.
folks. Woo!
I just completed my process. Thank you for completing the process of opening a new One United Bank online deposit account. I just did mine. But it's a bunch of different black banks out there. We posted this image earlier.
There are 22. We should say we had to correct the graphic. We had 23, but a bank was recently sold, which happens. But we still know that there are 22 black-owned banks in the community, and so we're not urging you to go to any particular bank, but we are saying you should definitely bank black. One of the things that came up too, Charlamagne, was, you know, is this a black thing? And we're encouraging everybody to bank black, right?
Absolutely. I think especially if you support the culture. You know, if you're a person who supports the hip-hop culture, you like hip-hop music. If you just like black stuff, you know what I mean? There's a lot of y'all out there that like black stuff, and that's just the truth to the matter. And I think that if you should contribute something to the community by opening up a black bank account. And I'm not telling everybody to put up their whole life savings in a black bank. You know, I put $1,000. That's what I did, because that's one of the savings accounts that One United has. You can open up a $1,000 savings account. That's what I did. And I'm going to put like $100, $200 in there every week. Because the only reason black banks aren't popping is because we don't support them.
That's right. And I think that's an important factor. Like you mentioned, Dr. King, in a 1967 speech, he references the importance of supporting our banks because they're the ones that give us access to capital. We talked about that on the show as well. So I think it's important for us to understand a business can't survive and thrive if we're not supporting it.
That's why Killer Mike got his first house loan. Killer Mike got his first house loan through a bank, Citizens Trust, which is a black bank.
So that's it. I don't know if there are questions.
So a few people are asking how they can find out where these black banks are located.
Well, you can start by going to Angela Rye's Instagram or my Instagram.
Yeah.
We've got this image going around called Bank Black.
It's on the Breakfast Club too, right?
It's on the Breakfast Club Instagram. I don't even know what these places are. But
some of them, so they're kind of regional specific. There's we know One United has offices in Los Angeles, in Miami, and I think in New York. I'm not quite sure. We might need to fact check that last location. But there are banks in New York. There are banks in Atlanta. There are banks in one in South Carolina. There's one in North Carolina.
Milwaukee.
Mechanicsville in North Carolina.
I see Columbia Savings and Loan. That's South Carolina, Philadelphia, United Bank of Philadelphia.
But they can pull that up and search for one that pops to them and see where they'd like to put their money.
I think it's important. I think it's important because at the end of the day, we all know that if you've seen anything from this administration that is in the White House right now, they is not thinking about us in no way, shape, or form. So we have to think about each other.
Well, they are thinking about us, but it's in a way to penalize us. Those executive orders today are from yesterday on the law and order pieces where they would basically be targeting us.
Could you tell us about that, Angela?
Didn't you talk about that already?
I did, but not as eloquent as you can. See, I said eloquent. That's not even a word. Eloquent.
So part of this is you're going to have us down a road, but I will say briefly, there's an executive order to deal with drug trafficking. There's one to ensure that law enforcement are protected, and he doesn't address law enforcement crimes on black bodies or brown bodies, so that's a challenge.
So he don't care about us getting shot. He cares about the police getting shot.
Yeah, he's not dealing with that.
Both
Despite
are
the
a
fact
problem,
that there already been over 100 killings this year at the hands of law enforcement, so that's a challenge. But that's another reason to bank black. It's important for us to support our community. This is one pillar of 3. We're going to be doing Give Black and Buy Black. But this is the first place to start.
You want to explain? You explained it on the Breakfast Club this morning, but what is Giving Black?
Give Black, I think, looks like supporting our institutions like HBCUs, ensuring that students have what they need to survive, supporting organizations that have always looked out for our interests, whether they're civil rights organizations, from back in the day, like NAACP, SCLC, or even a more modern version of those, Rainbow Push. And then an even more new addition is an organization that I love called Campaign Zero, which is working very diligently to push out data on what happens when law enforcement interacts with people of color in communities. So supporting those organizations with your time, with your money, with talking about them like we're doing now, I think is important, and that's a way to give black.
Did you have any reservations about opening up a black bank account? Because we don't be trusting each other a lot of times.
We don't. I think, fortunately, I was just procrastinating. And I decided that I wanted to beat you and open mine first.
Which you did. That is a fact.
But no, I didn't have any real reservations. I do think that it's worth addressing some of the things that we've heard, though. Like, what's going to happen with my money? Like, what, you know, some of the things people don't realize that black banks, just like every other bank, is FDIC insured.
I don't understand why we're so scared of each other.
Slave mentality.
Slave mentality. You
want to break that down, or are you doing something to read your book?
No, it's the truth, though. It's just a slave mentality because it's been embedded in us for us not to trust each other and to trust our quote-unquote slave master. You know that saying that they say white ice is colder?
Yeah.
White ice isn't necessarily colder. White ice is just supported more. So we can make our ice just as cold if we support it.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
And part of that is about believing in us, knowing that we should trust each other, knowing that black is beautiful and worth respecting and is meaningful. That's another thing that Dr. King addressed in that 1967 speech we keep referencing. And, like you talked about, so many other folks have as well.
Absolutely. But that's part of self-love, too.
Yep.
Isn't that one of the pillars, or sort of, kind of?
Kind of. Like, these are the things that are the guiding principles.
Yeah.
So we have these 3 hashtags, and then the other ones, I don't know what those are. Love, self-love.
Self-love.
Yeah, we don't know. We'll get back to you on that.
We're figuring it out. Listen,
that's on the graphic.
It's on it. We got all of this written down because I keep telling y'all it's about solutions. Like, we know all the problems. There's not a problem that we could discuss on this Facebook Live or anywhere else that y'all don't know about. I want to start discussing solutions. I feel like this is a start.
It's a great start.
I feel like banking black, putting money into your own people, putting money into your own community is a start. And once again, listen, everybody, white people, Asians, Jewish, you're all welcome. All right? If you love people, if you love our culture, you should open up a black bank account. Don't put all your money in it. Just a little bit to start things off. We got more questions, Mike?
Even if you don't love us, if you like us.
not a lot of questions.
Oh, okay.
That means everybody understands. That's good.
Tell them again where they can find the graphic.
Oh, that's a good idea. So Charlamagne has the graphic on his page with all of the 22 black banks listed. I also have it on my Instagram page. I think we both shared it to Twitter.
Yep.
And so has the Breakfast Club.
What you on? You on Periscope, Eugene?
Mm-hmm.
They don't got questions? I know they got questions on Periscope.
It's more so of like, where can I find a black bank? So
we've addressed that.
And it's a lot of support. Like, people are having a conversation with each other on it.
That's
dope,
great.
Man.
That's
Hashtag
great.
Bank Black, man.
And it's easy. I think the biggest thing we can emphasize is, Charlamagne, how long did it take you to open up this account?
About 4 to 5 minutes.
So that's not long. It's going to take a few minutes out of your day. You can do it from your desk at work. You can do it from your phone while you're sitting waiting to get some food. You can do this relatively easily.
It's quick, man.
No excuses.
Some of y'all ejaculate that fast. Quick.
Okay.
3 to 4 minutes. It's just
you always have to go
quick.
left.
I'm just trying to talk in a language people understand. Like, it's really fast. Okay, really fast.
I'm not talking to
Angela trying to cover up like we don't know that's her. We can see you, Miss Rye.
Don't call my full government now. After you said that, like, come on.
But hashtag Bank Black though. That's it, right?
Yeah.
That's all.
That's good.
Peace.
Deuces.
Can't leave